morning, Sunday morning, beautiful day. You can see Dartmoor up there in the distance, beautiful. So I've been on LiDAR and Google Maps, Google Earth. I'm trying to find the source of where one of the springs comes out, the one that comes out from the west. I've looked and I think it comes out up here somewhere. So I'm going to follow it down and see what we find and see if I can find the source, and then see if I can trace it and follow it all the way down to the meadow where it goes along and meets the other three that are in the meadow below the escarpment where the mound is. As we know, this is all limestone, and the mound in the field's limestone. It's either natural limestone rocky outcrop or humans quarried and built it with limestone. The survey's been done, so we should find out this week. So there's no one around. It's quite creepy, to be honest, quite eerie. So I'll just walk down and see what we can find. I'm going to try and do it all in one take if I can, because I'm bad at editing. So when I want to pause, I'm just going to hit the pause button. So I'm going to head down there where those trees are. And to keep the video short, when I'm just walking, I'm quite nervous at the moment, I'll just hit the pause button and try and do it that way. So hopefully there should be the source of the spring somewhere around here. Apologise for the camera shaking, but as you can see, I'm searching, Howard search, and I'm looking for the spring. Those brambles, so there's brambles there and brambles there. I'll just keep following it down, see what we find. God, it's beautiful down here, it's so peaceful, so nice. It looks like a bit of a hole there, so we'll see what that hole is. It's a bit of a dip on the side of that hill. Stinging hills. Don't want to get too close. Yeah, that's a big hole. Wow. Yeah, that's big. All I can see inside is mud and stone and looks like some old building material. It looks like there's a slab or stone there. You can see that. Not sure what that is. It looks like it could be a sinkhole, a small sinkhole, and somebody's filling it in. When I was young, we used to get little bomb craters like that when I was very young up in the fields. Look at that buzzard up there. I'm not sure if you can see the buzzard. There's a beautiful buzzard cruising around up there. Can you see that buzzard? Absolutely beautiful. That's how beautiful it is down here. See if I can hear any running water. Not sure, I thought I heard some water. Not sure, just so many birds singing, it's difficult to tell. So I'm going to keep following it down. So is that a small sinkhole? Should we dig the sinkhole while we're waiting for the results? Let's keep following it down. Follow it down into those woods. There's a lot of earth there, can you see that beautiful earth? I've got a feeling I might know what that is. That is very fresh. That is a lot of earth. Nope, no pottery. Yeah, that is beautiful. That's a really freshly dug or cleaned badger hole. So we'll just leave that in peace. Let the badger have a nice sleep. Don't want to wake him up. Can't see any bits of shards of pottery or anything. So I think we'll just leave them in peace. And we'll carry on our mission and leave them alone. So I'm still walking down here. Another badger set there. I mustn't make sure I don't fall in a badger's hole, break my leg. I've already got a bad foot. So I'm going to pause it a second while I just navigate through there. So I've navigated down through lots of the trees and branches, and I think he comes out down there. But I have to get down there, so I'm going to try and go this way. I don't know why I'm whispering. I think it's just so peaceful down here. It makes you want to whisper. Cool. I'll put it on pause a second. So there is the, I hope you can see that, water comes out. Can't quite see exactly where it comes out of the ground. There's the spring, which is really nice, really good news. It comes down there, and it's cut its own little valley all the way down there. So I'm going to try and climb down there somehow so we can look at where it comes out the ground. There it is, absolutely beautiful. There, so I hope you can see that. It's quite dark and shaded in here. So there's several, going back over generations, there's a big old pipe there. There's a pipe where the water's coming out there, and that's where it comes out there. That plastic pipe is now redundant. So with generations and generations, and probably thousands of years, people have been taking or trying to divert this water, this spring, for use, be it, you know, cottages, farms, castles, monasteries, whatever. They've been diverting this water and diverting this spring, even quite modern times by the look of it, even though it's all redundant now, to use this beautiful source of water. So if they were using it, you know, that doesn't look that old, maybe that's only 20 or 30 years old. They were using it up to modern times, and then of course it would have been very important to people from all generations, prehistoric, medieval, Roman, anybody. It would have been really important. So I'm going to follow it down a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to try and follow it down there a bit. If I can't get too far down, I'll go back to my car, drive round to the farm where I think I know where it comes out, and I'll pick it up back at the other end and see where it comes out at the other end down in the meadow. Okay, I'll show you a little bit from here. There. How beautiful is that? That's how steep the banks are either side. Right up there and right up there. And God knows how long that's been flowing, but that's cut that little gully all the way down from there to there, and it just runs, and I know it runs all year round. Just beautiful. Just what a fantastic source of water. I wonder where it comes out down the bottom. Let's go and have a look and find out. So I've drove my car back to around the other side of the valley where I think that spring is going to come out. And I'm halfway down the hill, and I thought I'd stop and show you that view. So there's the farm down there, which I believe the farmer said was given deeds that in 1500s or 1400s it was a monastery. And look at that view of Dartmoor. And if you look, I don't know if you can see, but down there it looks like there's a little stream or a spring going right down the middle of that valley. So I'm going to go down there now, see if I can find follow the spring back up to where I was, or near where I was, and follow it down and see where it comes out down there, because that is just beautiful. And that valley down there then would follow down, the spring would follow down, join the other springs, and then follow it under the escarpment. So I've just talked to the farmer and asked his permission to go down and find the end of the spring. I've met him before, a very nice old gentleman, said it's no problem. So I'm walking down through a field, heading down there, and I know you think I'm mad. I think I can see a rubbed out circle there. I'm not sure if you can see it from that angle. Okay, there's the remnants of a circle mound, and you can see it. It's probably about 20 meters across, 20 meters by 20 meters, and I'm going to come to the edge of it, right? And I'm not making this up, there's no reason to make it up. I'm going to come to the edge of where I think the mound is, although there's nothing left of it, and look what's in the middle. Stinging nettles. They are in the middle of what I think looks like a rubbed out mound. Stinging nettles, and there's some more patches of stinging nettles down there. Is that some type of rubbed out mound? I mean, let me show you the view. Up there, nothing. Over there, no view. Let me show you the view from the middle of this mound. There, right down the valley, right up onto the highest point of Dartmoor. Okay, I'm going to carry on the walking down towards, try and find this spring. Just walking down towards the spring. I've had a little check on LiDAR, and there was nothing obvious of a circle back up there where I said it was. But here, where all those bumps are and that different type of grass is, if you look on LiDAR, which I've just done because I've noticed it, it looks like some type of earthworks in this field. That big bump there on LiDAR. There's not much here to see, but it does look like that. Anyway, I'm going to go through that gate down there and try and find that spring. So I reckon the spring is going to come down through those woods where I left it at the top, and come out somewhere in those woods or in that field. So I'll go around that gate and have a look the other side. So I'm in the field now. I'm going to walk up towards that corner where I think the spring should come out. Let's see what we can see. I'm starting to hear water already. And there it is. Let's follow it back up. Let's follow it back up. Nice old bottle in the spring there. Be nice to field walk in that spring and see if you can find any flints or anything interesting in that spring. I'll have to do that one day. There it goes, up there, up there. Some nice stones there. There's a spring there. Comes up here. Comes out of here. Somebody's built a really nice wall. At the bottom of the wall, they've left that little beautiful little gap for the spring to come out of, which is really nice. And it comes out there as well a bit when it overflows, I guess. Look at these lovely stones kicking around. Look at that stone. There's a huge amount of beautiful stones here. Well, I'm just going to have a little look over that wall. Not sure if I'll be able to climb over or not, but that is definitely where the spring comes out that I trace the source to, the source of the Nile. Is this just me searching? This is Howard's search. I'm going to see if I can see on the other side of that hedge. There we are, over the other side. How beautiful is that? So that's the little valley where I was up the other end of the source. Comes down here. Somebody a long time ago, I mean, look how old that tree is there, has built, I'd like to say it looks like a pond. I don't know if it was a pond when they built it, but they've built something to stop the water coming out or hold the water till it gets to a certain depth, and now that is just full of sediment, leaves, plants. It's quite big, and that would have took a lot of work for somebody to build that. There's like a pathway all the way up there. I'll have to come down with better shoes on and try and walk up that pathway and see if I can find anything up there. And that's where it comes out. And then it comes, obviously seeks down, you can hear it there. Seeking down underground and comes out back in that field. So we're going to have a look in that field again. So the spring comes down to here in the field, and then is obviously, I think, been put through a pipe or of some sort, because it comes across the field like so, and it's now running under my feet. And it comes down here to this absolutely stunning valley. Look at that. And it comes out here. There we are. Oh, pheasant. And it runs down there, all the way down there. And just where you can see it disappears, it goes around that corner, and that's where it meets up with the other two springs. And then the escarpment where the mound is, it's kind of round up there, around that corner, about 3/4 of a mile. So this is one of the springs that we've now traced that joins exactly the same spot as the other two springs from different directions. But I don't know if you can see that. Okay, and I'm not making this up. I've got no reason to make this up. Can you see that as clear as I can? Can you see the earthworks there? Can you see there's a mound there? Okay, I'll walk up it so you can see it. Okay, there's the mound. I'm going to start walking up it now. It's only about a metre and a half high. Walk up it, and then it's just rubs out. It's rubbed out that side. There's the front of it. You can see it sloping down. I'll try and take a picture, and then the mound slopes down there. So I'll pace out how long that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. About 25 metres of what's still remaining, what's visible. And I'm guessing it would have been, I'm going to say, wouldn't have gone up that bank, so you can see it there, see it sloping down, it just drops off, so about 10 metres, 12 metres across. Okay, so I don't know what it is, but there is a mound here, right? And the funny thing about it is, if we go to the eastern end, if we go over here 3 or 4 metres away from the mound to the right, if there's the entrance to the mound here, you can't see Dartmoor, there's no view. Okay, we come middle for diddle, entrance of the mound, or eastern end of the mound. Absolutely beautiful, right up onto Dartmoor. And the same thing happens if you go the other way, where I went the other way earlier, where all the trees are out, you start to lose it and you can't see it so much. Don't know, but there it is, there's a mound. There's a spring, Right, there's the spring down the valley. There is a beautiful rubbed out mound from what I could still remaining, about 26 metres long and about 12 metres wide. See if I can show you from there. I'll try and take a picture. I've had a look on LiDAR, you can see it on LiDAR, clear as day, shouts at you. There's a mound. Unbelievable. Unbelievable that I trace the spring down here and there's another man-made, whatever reason, I don't know how old, maybe it's farm work, maybe it's whatever. There's the spring, comes down there into that valley, and over in this corner is the remains of something, the remains of a mound. Okay, hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. If you subscribe, it helps, and we're still waiting for the results of the geofish survey. I'll let you know as soon as I hear them. Thanks very much.